What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so Karl Anthony Towns recently appeared on Club Shay Shay, and amongst all of the topics they were talking about, Shannon Sharp, the number one LeBron James jock strap sniffer, asked Karl Anthony Towns who his GOAT is. The New York Knick said LeBron James and said LeBron is the most talented basketball player that we've ever seen.
Who's your GOAT? There's a lot of debate. They got Jordan. I mean, it don't have to just be Jordan and LeBron. If you want to put Kobe in that mix, have at it. But who's Karl Anthony Towns' GOAT?
Like I said, I'm always going to speak what I see with my own two eyes.
Okay.
I can't speak for everything. I wouldn't be able to. But man, that man Bron different. That man Bron's something special. So,
what makes him different? Why is he different? You play against, like I said, you play against Jokic, you go against Giannis, you go against Jordan.
I've been in the league for 10 years now.
Yeah.
So I've seen Bron in so many different stages.
Yeah.
I feel Bron's the best player we've ever seen, talent-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the best player. If you want to get caught up in chips and rings and all that stuff, that's up to people to debate. But when we just talk about pure talent, intangible size, like be the best basketball player, you got to have all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
And look how he's done it with the scrutiny, the criticism, and everything. I mean,
right.
Bron's the best player. We've seen both hands. Now he's developed that 3-point shot really well. Defended at a high level for all those years. Athleticism was, I don't know. The best you got in the NFL, I don't know, could still jump as high as he was doing it. That's the way he was doing it. Speed, all that. Like, competitiveness, got the wins. Bron is the best basketball player we've ever seen.
Everybody is entitled to their opinion, and Karl Anthony Towns is entitled to his opinion. If LeBron James is his GOAT, goddammit, that's his GOAT. What I'm having an issue with is the fact that he says LeBron James is the most talented player and the best basketball player we've ever seen. No. LeBron James, in your opinion, is the best basketball player that you've ever seen. And if you said the best player of your generation, hey, that's your opinion. It's not a very far out there opinion. But what I have an issue with is somebody that was born in 1995 talking about how somebody playing today is the greatest player of all time when they probably don't have a great or the best historical perspective, saying, especially when he said, I only can talk about what I've seen with my own eyes. So I take it, you probably started watching basketball when you were 8, 7, somewhere between 7 and 10. You started watching the NBA. So by that point in time, Jordan was gone. Just about. You may have seen the very tail end of Jordan's Wizard career. You did see Kobe, but you probably didn't see the best of Kobe or really was paying attention like that. You watched LeBron. So when you were watching Kobe, it was probably like during the second championship era. But whatever the case may be, you can't speak from a historical perspective. I noticed when Shannon asked you your top 5 power forwards, it should have flowed out more. If you're a historian to make these historical perspectives, it should have just flowed out of you. Top power forwards. You should have said Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, and you could go with, I would say, Bob Pettit. Isn't that fair? Maybe you can put Garnett, but I would put, me personally, Bob Pettit ahead of Kevin Garnett. But people will say, oh, man, you putting that old white dude. Well, when you average 26 and 16, when you have 2 MVPs, when you win a championship, when you lead league in field goal percentage, as he did, when you're a great foul shooter, he probably today would have been a great post player and mid-range and three-point shooter. He was a great offensive rebounder, great rebounder overall. He was a good defender. What's not to put him in the top 5? And he is the only man to beat Bill Russell in the NBA Finals. Did you know that? Because the only other year that he lost, they didn't make it to the finals. They lost to the 67 76ers. So Bob Pettit is the only guy to do it, to beat Bill Russell, and he did it having a 50-point game in a deciding contest, much like how Giannis did a few years ago. But he did it against the storied Celtics. But anyway, since when is LeBron James in this skill? I mean, look, bro. And I say bro, but I know I have some females listening, so we're not many. When did LeBron become this most skilled guy now? When did this start? Or most talented, or whatever the hell he's saying. When did that happen? Because usually when the most talented argument pops up, the guys that were being talked about were Kobe, Mike, Kyrie Irving, maybe Kevin Garnett. You know, maybe those guys, but definitely those 3 I just named. In what area is LeBron the best at in anything? He was never a great post player. He's gotten better, but that's still not his repartee. He's a horrible mid-range shooter, as is the case, because if you look at his game, even if you look at the game optically, if you look at the advanced metrics, he doesn't take mid-range jumpers no more because he sucks. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter that he doesn't have a great low post game because they're taking all the big men out. They're taking all the big men out. So all he got to do is get ahead of steam and drive, put his head down, drive to the basket, and he's going to offensive foul and either get a bucket or get a call, maybe miss. Now, this past year, he did shoot the 3 very well. I give him that. But historically, he's been a subpar 3-point shooter. He's not the greatest ball handler. His assist-turn ratio is not really much better than Russell Westbrook's. He's the all-time leader in turnovers both regular season and postseason. He's never been a great defender. You know, that part of his game has always been exaggerated. He doesn't even play defense anymore. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, when they were healthy, were still trying to play defense, especially Mike, toward the end of their career. Even with the Wizards, Jordan was playing defense, which, of course, took away from his offense. This guy don't even play defense anymore. And he gets a total pass for that. Then when he was playing defense, especially with the Miami years, he was always guarding the other team's least dangerous player. Except for when he has a huge size advantage, like he was guarding against Derrick Rose. So he was a selective defender then. So you got all this phony, all defensive team selections. He's a piss poor rebounder for his size. He just passed this past season, his 21st season, he just passed 6'6" Michael Jordan in offensive rebounds. Jordan only played 13 full seasons, and you just passed them in offensive rebounds. You get the easiest goddamn rebounds ever. You don't play defense down the basket for a miss and get an easy goddamn defensive board. Come on, man. Meanwhile, Clyde Drexler, I think, averaged better than 2 offensive rebounds per game for his NBA career, a guard. Larry Bird averaged 10 rebounds per game for his NBA career, right? Larry Bird, old Mr. Unathletic Larry Bird, right? LeBron, who's this athletic phenom, supposedly, never had a season averaging 10 rebounds per game. And a lot of his numbers are cumulative numbers. Kobe was better fundamentally. Kobe was arguably the most fundamentally sound basketball player ever. You give LeBron, I give him his athleticism and strength. The thing about it, like Kenny Smith said, he had both. Jordan had the fundamentals and the uber athleticism. And you talking about competitiveness, come on. Kobe, Mike, Larry Bird, Magic, Bill Russell, they're on a whole different trajectory, a whole different level when it comes to competitiveness. Oh, really? This guy's so competitive that he colludes with other players to join super teams. Seriously. He's so competitive that this guy gets away with load managing. Remember the other year he said, you got to cut my head off and bury me 12 feet deep, but then he quit during the regular season? Load managing. Ain't this the same dude to be laughing on the sidelines with his team down 30? Was the same dude that was getting ready to, he was joking and laughing it up when Darvin Ham was great, when they thought Darvin Ham was going to lose in Boston because him and AD didn't play. And then when the team came back, he faked like he was in the huddle coaching and cheering them on when you secretly was hoping that they lose because your secret campaign, your secret plot to get Darvin Ham fired was temporarily sidelined. Most talented. Get out of here, man. This guy's Karl Malone on the perimeter. That's all he is, man. They're able to use his size and manipulate rule changes to play as long as he has been able to play. You can play 22 seasons if you miss, the last 5 years, if you miss an average of 25 games a year, you know how to play defense and take the physicality out of it and don't have bruising centers anymore down low. You don't have a Charles Oakley. You don't have a Jason Williams. You don't have Xavier McDaniel. You don't have Shaquille O'Neal. You don't have Maurice Lucas. You don't have Dennis Rodman. You don't have Derek Coleman. Don't have Dale Davis, Antonio Davis in the NBA no more. They got rid of the enforcer. The only enforcer you got is Draymond Green, who turns into Mr. Rogers when he play against you. Get out of here with this nonsense, man. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.